Morning, Mr. Biggs. Thanks for the guitar. This thing is amazing.
Who's that? A new tenant upstairs.
You writing a lot of songs?
I actually wrote a song yesterday.
You did?
It's about it not being easy growing up.
I hear your friend's got some sick skills.
Sure does.
So we all know you get out of a movie what you bring to the movie. And in this one, there are some very powerful messages. And especially for anyone who's lost a loved one, as I have, there's a wish fulfilled there. And that wish is that someone's spirit lives on. So Janel, let me start with you. Give us kind of the premise of this movie.
Ladies and gentlemen, Army of...
My character and her brother were the best of friends. She spent their entire life taking care of him.
We are the opening act for Arcade Fire.
She loses him in a tragic car accident, and 10 years later, you see that she has really fallen into despair. Music is no longer in her life. And then she just, by happenstance, meets this amazing 10-year-old prodigy, Oak.
Don't you see yourself? Wake up, you're not like anyone else.
And he reminds her so much in his spirit and in his voice and his performance of her brother. And she thinks to herself, the only explanation of this connection that I'm feeling is that he is the reincarnation of my brother. And it's kind of an is it or isn't it story. You get to decide, but it's definitely a story of hope. Oak is definitely a symbol of hope for her that, you know, she can continue on and live a beautiful life even after trauma.
What if we were all meant to be together? You, me, Vaughn, the band, just in a different way, in a different time. Is that so crazy? You guys ready to meet your new frontman?
Oh my God. It's Army of Love.
When they came to cast this movie, they didn't just need an actor. They needed, like, I don't know, an 11-year-old brilliant guitar player. So you were perfect for this part right here. You picked up a guitar at what age? Around 6?
Yeah, I had just turned 6, yeah.
Was it one of those things where your parents gave you one and said, here, play it, or was it something you actually asked for?
I was at a Taylor Swift concert. I love Taylor Swift. Like, I mean, I went through a no Taylor Swift phase. I don't listen to her, but I respect for Taylor Swift. My dad met this guy, and he had his son who was also there, who was an incredible musician. So I really got inspired by him, and then my sister started taking guitar lessons, and I was like, I want to do that too. I want to take guitar lessons. I just kept going with it, and I never stopped, and I absolutely loved it.
So Tommy, you were in the tour for School of Rock. You released 3 studio albums. You wrote many songs for the movie as well. You gotta leave something to do for when you grow up. Janel, you're much the same. You came from parents who were bodybuilders, so you certainly weren't a shy child.
I fell in love with being on stage at such a young age. My parents loved Broadway, and they would play a lot of the Broadway soundtracks in the car. And so when I was 6, I begged them to let me audition for Les Miserables, the national tour, which then went to Broadway, and I got it. And so I started out on stage when I was 6 and just fell in love with it.
We oftentimes hear about the triple threat, but for you, it's the quadruple threat. You sing, you dance, you act, you play music as well. And, you know, coming back around to this theme that we talk about, the power of music.
Music is so powerful, and it's a universal language, and really music is kind of a character in this film as well. And honestly, one of Tommy's songs that he wrote when he was 8 is the reason why this movie exists.
Sometimes I feel strange and weird. Out the jungle, she appeared.
Then I looked into her eyes, and I found peace and harmony.
A lot of it is about hope. A lot of people have lost people in their lives. Even if you don't believe in reincarnation, a lot of people have had those signs, like where something comes to them and it's a message from the person who passed away in their life, like, I'm still here, I'm still watching over you.
Janel, as you know from doing stage plays, you'll do the whole thing and you see the whole thing and it's all there, it's all done within a matter of a couple of hours. But when you shoot a film like this, it's done in pieces. So what was it like to finally sit down and watch the whole thing in its entirety?
It's honestly always so rewarding, right? To watch the film that you created and see what they've done with the editing and when the music is there, and just kind of go through the journey all over again, but in the the shoes of the character that you played, it's always so special. And this movie, I mean, I cried so much when I watched it. It just has so much heart to it and such an inspiring message of hope after trauma, and I'm very proud of it.
Here in Houston, we have a vibrant theater community. We have a lot of talented people, great singers, great actors, and oftentimes we get the question, how do I make it in this business? How do I go further in this business? So your best words of advice?
I would say just live your craft, study it. You know, if it's something that you love, don't give up. I think stage is a great place to start. There's nothing like performing live. I think it prepares you so much for any type of acting.
People can work so hard and still not make it, because as much as it's hard work, it's also luck, but you need to you need to wait it out. You need to set yourself in the right position to be able to make it, be able to get a role. And, you know, be patient. Find something that motivates you and inspires you, because it can get really easy to just get worn out with this and be like, you know, whatever. What's helped me is that if I'm watching a movie and I'm down and it's like a really happy movie and a great message, I know that I'll get inspired by the movie and motivated. And I feel like the fact that I could do that to other people is what keeps me going with music and acting.
And you make a great point, because a lot of times people see the end goal. We don't see what it took to get there, and it all looks fun. It is hard work.
But you also gotta make it fun, because my friends will be asking me like what I did today, and like, you know, if I have like a really long day, they'll be like, wow, that must be torture. And I'm like, no, it's just, you gotta make it fun. You gotta surround yourself with awesome, supportive people. Just keep going and just try to stay happy and drink coffee.
Drink coffee, and it doesn't hurt to get a paycheck too at your age. Janel and Tommy, thank you very much. And for those
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, look forward to The Mighty O. Great movie.